everyone, Meteorologist Jordan Darensbourg here, and I hope everyone has enjoyed their Sunday, and I hope everyone's prepared for this big time chill that we're about to experience later on tonight and into early tomorrow, because that Arctic front has moved its way through. So let's go ahead and let's get into what we're tracking here. And as we take a look at our temperatures right now, we're already down to the upper 50s throughout portions of our southern counties, and there you see it over portions of the hill country, the northern hill country, and even some of our other northern counties like Wilco, places like Cameron. They're already down to those upper 40s. Now, as we zoom this down a little bit, we're already down to the upper 70s down in the Rio Grande Valley and mid 70s in places like Laredo as well as Corpus Christi. And we're already down to the lower 20s in Amarillo, up in that Texas Panhandle. And we're already about to be below freezing in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex as well. So it is going to be quite cold. And what you're seeing in North Texas as well as in Lubbock right now is about what we're going to experience here locally, but also a little bit chillier. Now, the winds are a bit of the story as well. We could have gusts getting up to around 20, 30 miles an hour as well. So you definitely want to pay attention to that as well, because it's going to make things feel colder on your body. And that's why we have that cold weather advisory from midnight tonight until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning for those very cold wind chills getting down to those teens as well as those 20s. And those are your actual air temperatures for tonight, getting down to those upper 20s for most of us, maybe even the mid to even lower 20s out in the hill country. But we're mainly looking at upper 20s here with that strong northerly breeze. That'll make it feel like the teens. Allergy count has cedar and mold checking in the high. And as we continue to go hour by hour, there you see those gold numbers. The gold numbers are going to be your feels like temperatures. That's what it's going to feel like on your body. And there you see those upper teens and 20s for those gold numbers and those mid to upper 20s and lower 30s for your air temperatures. Really, we want you to dress for the gold numbers because it's going to feel even colder. It would be a good idea to have some gloves on hand. It would be a good idea to have maybe like a wool hat that covers your ears. That would be a very good way to get you through some of these very cold temperatures over these next few mornings. Now, as we head through your Monday afternoon, we are going to be still well below average, but we are going to get up to those mid to upper 40s. However, as we go through these next few mornings, it's not just going to be tomorrow morning, it's going to be Tuesday morning, Wednesday and Thursday mornings even as well, where we are going to be hovering a little bit below freezing, and some areas even on Thursday could still be below freezing. And Thursday critically could be below freezing for some of you, because that could result in some winter weather. Now, let me talk about these model comparisons very, very closely. I have decided to issue a weather impact alert day for Thursday as well as Friday morning. And the reason for that is this system, it's now looking more likely that more areas in central Texas could have a little bit of that wintry weather. I'm thinking maybe sleet, freezing rain for the I-35 corridor, and maybe all snow for the hill country and all rain for the coastal plains. As you can see, those models kind of converging on that a little bit. And so that's what our current thinking is going to be. So definitely, you're going to want to keep it here to K-View, and we are going to have all of the latest on this over these next few days. So we're looking Thursday through Friday morning, the 9th and the 10th. So the winter weather is likely going to be coming in west of I-35, mainly the hill country. That's what the models appear to be converging on at this point. But do check back for updates and make sure that you are at least covering those outdoor pipes, making sure the pets are brought inside tonight, as well as those smaller plants and those larger outdoor plants are covered. And make sure you check on your elderly neighbors. Now, here's the next 7 days. We do have highs in the upper 40s Monday and Tuesday, but by the time we get to Wednesday, clouds are going to roll in out ahead of that system. And what's going to end up happening is that we are going to have temperatures that are going to be limited to those upper 30s because of that lack of radiational heating during the afternoon. And there could be a little bit of lack of radiational cooling as we head through your Thursday, and that could be the saving grace for some people as far as avoiding winter weather and just keeping it all rain could be concerned. But we're going to really watch Thursday, especially late Thursday into early Friday, for the potential for that winter weather. And that's why we have that weather impact alert day in place, is because we're getting a little bit of increased confidence that some areas of central Texas on your Thursday and Friday, early especially, could have some of that wintry weather. But then as we take a look at Saturday and Sunday, there you see those highs. They're mainly going to be getting to those upper 50s. So good news there. Anything that will have frozen likely will melt even by Friday and definitely as we head into Saturday. So if we get any winter weather, the time frame is looking mainly Thursday and on into Friday. Early on, we were looking at Wednesday into Thursday. Now it's shifted to more Thursday and into Friday. Thursday to Friday, still 4 to 5 days out, but we're not taking any chances here because we did see a lot of model data start to come closer to us as far as winter weather is concerned. Now, I'm going to take a moment here and we're going to see if y'all have any questions. Zach, not really asking a question, saying, Jordan looked like Suge Knight. Thank you for the compliment, but just want to see real quick if you guys have any real questions before we go through this one more time to the 187 of y'all watching on Facebook. I'm going to see what YouTube has as far as questions real quick. I would imagine YouTube might have some questions as well. Let's see. Stupid little ad playing. But here we go. Okay. Comments apparently are turned off, so I can't really see what you guys have on YouTube. But, all right, so back to Facebook. Pretty much, we only have one question so far. Don't really have any others so far. However, around what time will the wintry mix start Wednesday going into Thursday? Patricia is asking that. We're going to go ahead and let's break down the futurecast for both models because models somewhat aren't in agreement, and I have it set for Thursday and on into Friday. Let's see if we can get it loaded here. Give it a second here. We're going to try and get it loaded here. Okay. So Thursday, this GFS model has it coming in a little earlier at around 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe 6:30, 7 a.m., and it has more of the hill country coming in, and maybe briefly all rain 9, 10, 11:30, noon, and then winter weather should start to make its way through late Thursday on in the afternoon, and then early evening as that sun gets ready to set. And it's going to really depend on the movement of that system and those temperatures. Now, the European model is usually a little more gung-ho on this. And right now it's looking at around Thursday, even early in the morning, could start out with some wintry precipitation. And then as we head through 5:30, 6, 7, that's when we start to see some of that snow for the hill country. And then the coastal plains looks like you're going to be mainly all rain. By the time we get to 5 a.m. on Friday, could have a little bit of snow in the hill country added as well. I'm not going to talk about amounts or anything of that nature because it's just too early to say unless we could truly lock in that certain areas are going to get snow, certain areas are going to get rain, certain areas are going to get freezing rain, things of that nature. Freezing rain, accumulation standpoint, right now I've looked at all the models for freezing rain accumulation. It's looking light at this particular juncture, so good news there. But we're going to continue to watch that obviously very, very closely. That's going to be the timing for that. Denise is asking about LaGrange. Not really sold. LaGrange is going to have all rain pretty much. If you're out in the coastal plains east of I-35, you're not going to have anything. Lincoln, Stephen, we're looking at Lincoln, and one thing I've noticed with Lincoln, Texas, is that it's more than likely it's out in, yeah, Lincoln, you're likely going to have all rain. If you're out in Lincoln, that's Lee County, you're going to have all rain. So don't expect any wintry weather for you guys out in Lincoln. So I'm going to watch that very closely. Caressa, no problem. John, thanks. But right now, what we're saying is that if you're east of I-35, and I'm going to put the what we're thinking graphic again, And to kind of show you guys what exactly we're talking about here, I'm going to put this in the boxes to kind of show you. And I'm going to zoom in on us here locally if I can zoom in. Doesn't look like I can. But what I'm going to show y'all is the green area. That's going to be all rain. We've got areas in the pink. That's going to include the Austin metro area. That's going to be where you have your freezing rain and sleet. And then portions of the hill country, and then off to the north and west, that's when we're thinking all snow. So we're going to watch, most likely, Bartlett. More than likely, you're going to probably have some of that freezing rain late Thursday into Friday. We're looking at DFW. You're looking at mostly snow event for the DFW Metroplex. The models are really in convergence on that. So if you're heading up to watch the Longhorns beat up on those Buckeyes, you're going to want to get there Wednesday and maybe spend a couple days there before the game and maybe do a little bit of tailgating and all that fun associated with it, because we know we've got winter weather likely Thursday and early Friday. Everything should be cleared out by Friday afternoon, so game day should be okay. But if you're on your way up there, you should be there by Wednesday. I wouldn't wait until the day before the game, because that's when travel could be the most issue if these models continue to hold, which it looks like they are. So you're going to want to watch that very closely. Buda and Kyle looking kind of like freezing rain most likely, but models are shifting a little bit easterly, but Buda and Kyle look like freezing rain. Maybe just all rain, maybe just a wintry mix. Still some things we have to hash out, but for now we've called a weather impact alert day Thursday into Friday because of all of that. Snow in Manor, I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm not doubting snow in Manor. Maybe some freezing rain if the models shift on off further east, but I'm not buying snow for Manor. So let's see, any more questions? Any more questions here if y'all got them? I know y'all got them. Johnson City, yep, you're looking at freezing rain most likely, maybe even snow, if you're looking at Johnson City. So let me break down our current thinking city by city with the boxes, because that's going to be your main thing that you're going to want to be looking at. So we're going to start with the hill country. If you're looking at Mason, you're looking at pretty much all snow. Same story for Llano, maybe northwestern Burnett. If you're in the Tau area, probably going to be getting all snow. Gillespie County out toward the LBJ Ranch. Enchanted Rock, you're probably either going to have snow or maybe even some freezing rain or maybe even a wintry mix. Johnson City, Blanco, pretty much same thing. Same story for Burnett. And Austin Metro, mainly the northern Austin Metro, I would say, like Cedar Park, Leander, maybe Hutto, Georgetown, Round Rock, down toward Austin, Westlake Hills, back towards Spicewood, maybe even Wimberley could have a little bit of that freezing rain as well, and then points off to the north of there. And then if I didn't name your city, that would be Cameron, back toward Manor, Elgin, Lockhart, Luling, out in the coastal plains, Giddings, out toward LaGrange, Schulenburg, those areas, you're likely going to be stuck with all rain, which is beneficial. Now, the snow melts, if we get good snows from that off to our north and west, that could be really beneficial for our lake levels because our lakes really need it. Stewart, if you're looking at Temple, you are really looking at either freezing rain or snow. Galveston, if you're looking at Galveston's looking at all rain. Could have some heavy rain in that area as well. So you're mainly, if you're in Taylor, I would try to get out of Taylor before everything, starts to turn into wintry weather. And then I would look at, and then Galveston, you're mainly going to be dealing with rain passing through the Galveston area. Galveston, Friday morning, I would wait a little later on if you're looking at Friday morning for that. So Temple, Caressa, they are pre-treating the roads starting on Monday So there's good news there because they're talking about the wintry weather. It's looking more and more likely for the DFW area, but they might pre-treat the roads here as well based on the latest forecast models, the way they're trending. I wouldn't expect them to take any real chances here. So Dripping Springs, Rachel may have some wintry precipitation, mainly a bit of a wintry mix as well. Karen, I wouldn't say no school all week. It's maybe early to make a call on school even for Thursday or Friday. I would check back throughout the course of the week to kind of see when the best chances are, if we have a real chance, of what the chances these school districts are going to decide possibly through there. Leander to San Antonio, Thursday afternoon. Right now, in this moment in time, San Antonio should be good with all rain. I would try to leave Thursday morning before everything starts to come through. So Thursday morning, while everything's all rain, I would definitely move on through based on the latest forecast that we have right now. Or try even go Wednesday night, too. That would be good. Dylan, snow or winter precipitation. Main roads could be a bit slick. It's still too early to see what exactly the impact might be. Whether or not we should have some widespread wet roads or ice on the roads or things like that. We're going to have more details on it throughout the course of the week as these details emerge. I've issued the weather impact alert day out of an abundance of caution, knowing how these models have trended so far. So, Granite Shoals looks like it's out in Burnett County. So yeah, definitely looking at some wintry precipitation that is possible, mainly sleet, freezing rain, maybe even snow as well. So we're going to watch that very, very closely. All right, let's see if we have any more questions. Doesn't look like we do. So one more. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go through this one more time to kind of show you what we've got going on right now. So the main thing we are tracking right now are temperatures in those 40s in some of our northern counties, maybe even mid to upper 50s throughout everywhere else. And the reason for that is going to be because we have an Arctic front that passed through earlier today. And there you see out ahead of it, mainly mid to upper 70s in the Rio Grande Valley. And we're already getting close to that magic number of 32, which would be below freezing over sections of North Texas, including the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and then getting down to the lower 20s out in Amarillo. Wind speeds could be gusting up to around 35 miles an hour right now. We do have gusts right now getting up to around 25, maybe even 30 miles an hour at times as well. But it is still going to be quite cold tonight, and that's why we have that cold weather advisory in place for most of us, or actually all of the KV viewing area for tonight. And that's because we have temperatures getting down to those upper 20s. Your algae count, cedar, could be on the up and up as we head through tomorrow, unfortunately, as well. It's already in the high count, same story for mold. You can find this each and every day on kview.com or right here on kview.com if you're watching there, or the KView app. And then getting down to around the upper 20s, lower 30s for actual air temperatures. But again, we do have the wind chills getting down to the upper 20s, or actually upper teens and lower 20s, which is why that cold weather advisory is in effect. And it's not going to be for tomorrow morning, though. It's going to be for pretty much the entirety of the upcoming week. And we're really watching Thursday because there is that potential of some wintry weather, especially with the European model starting to inch some of that snow and wintry mix closer to the Austin area. So again, our overall thinking, we've got freezing rain and sleet for areas along the I-35 corridor, hill country mostly getting all snow, coastal plains getting mostly all rain. So check back here with updates. We're going to have all of the latest details on it, and that's why I've issued that weather impact alert day for your Thursday and into your early Friday. But we're going to be staying in the upper 40s for highs on Monday and Tuesday before that cloud cover out ahead of that system comes in and drops us to the upper 30s. So thank y'all so much for being here with me this evening. We're going to have all the latest tonight on KVU News at 10. But for now, thank you for joining us. We will see you in a few hours for the latest on this.